We're going to solve this equation, right? There's an equal sign, so it's an equation. And it has decimals. It has a lot of decimals. And there's two ways to do this. One way would be to clear all of the decimals. And that would require you to multiply by a factor of 10. So 10 if it was one decimal, 100 if it was two decimals, 1,000 if it was three decimals, 10,000 if it was four decimals, and so on. And for this equation, let's see, there's only two decimals there, and there's only one decimal there, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 places I need to clear. So one way to do it would be to multiply every term by 10,000, but I'm not going to do it that way. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to deal with the decimals because I have a calculator. So let's pull up our 4 steps for solving an equation, a linear equation, and here they are. Step 1 is to distribute, and I do have distribution. It's going to be 0.0175 times 15,000, and then I'm going to distribute and multiply by the minus y. So 0.02y comes down, plus, get my calculator, 0.0175 times 15000 equals, all right, that gives me 262.5. All right, and now I'm multiplying a positive times a negative, so I am going to have a minus. And 0.0175 times y is 0.0175 y. It equals 277.5. Okay, so step 1, distribution, is done. Step 2, combine like terms. When we look at our expressions on both sides of the equal sign, we can see that there are like terms here. There is, oh, let me get pink so I can show like terms. There's this one. And there is this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those two together. I'm going to drop down my equal sign. I like to keep my equal signs all in a line. And I have 0.02 y's, 0.02 minus 0.0175 y's. And that's going to give me 0.0025 y's. All right, I drop everything else down. So here's my plus 626.5. On the other side, I drop down my 277.5. All right, combine like terms, done. Variables to the same side. I only have one variable right here. It's already on the side. There's no variables over here, so step 3 is done for me. And step 4, isolate this grumpy old variable. She wants to be all by herself. I need to get rid of two things, and I'm going to start with this one. Okay, always try to get rid of the plus or the minus first. So to get rid of a positive 262.5, I am going to subtract 262.5 to make that cancel out and turn into a 0. If I subtract that number on the left-hand side of the equal sign, I have to do the same thing to the right-hand side of the equal sign, minus 262.5. All right, drop down my equals. Now I have 0.0025y. This is going to turn into 0, right? 262.5 minus 262.5 is 0. So all I have on the left is 0.0025y. And on the right-hand side, let me get my calculator again. 277.5 minus 262.5. Nice, that gives me 15. Okay, and one more step to get this grumpy old y all by herself. I have the 0.0025, which is multiplying times the y. If you don't see a sign there, it's going to be multiplication. If it's a plus, then it's addition, but if there's no sign there, it's going to be multiplication. So let me go ahead and divide. I will divide both sides by 0.0025. So these two will cancel and turn into a 1. And then I have to do this side, divide this side by 0.0025. Alright, put it all together, drop down the equals. On the left-hand side, I drop down my y. And on the right-hand side, 15 divided by 0.0025, and that gives me 6,000. Alright, and that's a nice number. Usually if I get an answer that's a super nice number like that, I feel good about it. If I get a crazy number, I might want to double check it, but that sounds like a pretty good number to me.